Prashant, and thank you for joining us in this special interview series by Veda College called Interview with Inspiration.
Hey Rushal, how are you? Thank you for calling me on this web interview. And it's a good initiative uh, by maintaining a social distancing that we can interact and discuss on the future things.
Exactly. So, the idea behind conducting such interviews is to bridge the gap between the industry and the academics. So, here we are. So, Prashant, why don't you start by telling us your journey right from your college days? How did you land up in this field, and what have your major milestones been?
Yeah, so I did my college in mass communication from Mumbai University. And those were the days when we used to do all this project for the syllabus and the media planning and all those things. So uh, while doing all those things, when we used to go into the competition, I was looking all over the students from different colleges. And the only thing that I found is whenever we used to have any discussion with students from other colleges and within the college, they used to always say that I'll be working with this agency, I'll work for this company, I'll work in this media company or the journalism company. But somewhere I thought that everyone wants to work, and my instinct was different, that I was somehow was not interested in those talks. So I was thinking कि then what I am interested in. So I was more interested in doing a business instead of working for someone, which maybe might be within me from very beginning, because when I was a small kid, I used to rent my cycles to other people, like on 50 paisa, 1 rupee around. What really attracted me was doing something of my own skill set,
Mm-hmm.
and how I can build up a business. So initially, I was just into that mindset. I was not knowing is it really a business or entrepreneur, nothing like that. Today, people call now you are an entrepreneur or all that, but still, I feel that I should be that, a young kind of a mind who is not blown away with all these fantastic words. So, uh, with college, it started, and then I started a small setup with my three colleagues. One is Amit Gambhir and other is Parag Godbole.
Mm-hmm.
And when we started doing that, we felt that yes, we can work together, because to start a company, it is important that you start with someone. Definitely, you can start it alone also, but at some point, you need people. You can't work alone.
Of course.
And when you have co-founders who, you can gel with them easily and can pull off whatever difficult situations are there with you, it becomes an added advantage to the company. So then we started slowly working on small projects. We got enough self confidence that yes, we can bring in the project and execute the project within the timeline. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was a start for us. And then slowly, once we started giving the quality to the clients, they believed in us and they started giving work to us. And that is how we felt, no, we have to increase the team. Then we started increasing people within us, and that is how we developed as a company. So it was a freelancing three people team who has now grown into a private limited company.
That's great. That's great. So, how many years has it been since you have set up this studio?
We are working past 10 years with this entire studio, but 4 years back we have changed the structure in terms of, like I said, it was a freelancing company, then it became a partnership firm, and like 4 years back we shifted it to the private limited company. This is how we actually grow in this 10 years, from freelancing to a partnership firm and now a private limited company.
Great. So, you have also worked as a compositor and in the post production field before you actually became an entrepreneur, right?
That we used to work for our own projects, which we used to get as a freelancer. But I haven't done anything, a job kind of a thing for any company, like an employee. I was not an employee for any company. We used to work as a freelancer, in the initial days. Yes, but my role was visual effect compositor and editor.
Great. So, can you also talk to us about what kind of challenges you have faced during these 10 years, especially when this was just a small startup, and how did you actually tackle those situations? I ask you this because many of our students also would like to have their own studios at some point of time, say 5 or 10 years down the line. They might want to get some experience, and then they might have to want to have their own studios. So, what kind of things should they already be mentally prepared with, our students?
See, one thing I have learned from being a startup to a private limited company is that if your plan A doesn't work, be calm, be cool. There are still 26 letters in the alphabets in the the left with you. So don't panic in any situation. You have to be cool. We have faced numerous situations which were disastrous, or which where we felt can we stand up from this situation. We had loans. Sometimes projects were not coming in what we thought, and uh, teams had problems since because in initial days everything was new for us. Building a team, managing the cash flow within the company, managing different expenses in the company. So we used to make mistakes, but we used to learn from that, and we used to never repeat that mistake. So that's the thing that I keep on telling to my entire team even today. I don't have a problem with you doing a mistake every day. The problem I have, if you repeat the mistake, the same mistake every day, you do a new mistake tomorrow, it's okay with me. That is how you learn. And to be calm, whatever situation you are facing it right now, even the situation what we are facing, the entire world is facing the COVID-19. We never thought of this situation. We
Exactly.
we were a company who had like 10-20% we used to work from home if someone is not able to come to office due to some reason. But now the same people are working from home and giving the same results what they used to do in the office. So when we had to face the lockdown, we had a question: can we pull out this stuff? Can our team will able to collaborate and work from the different areas? There will be infrastructure issues. There will be net issues. Will people willingly work from their home? Because whatever it is, we tend to become lazy if we are at home. So, but that's a human
Yes.
tendency. But things of this we have faced a lot, and it's good that we keep facing, because unless and until we have a situation, we won't be able to think outside the box. So whenever there is a situation, we are prepared for everything. But if there is a situation which is control or without uh, outside our control, we tend to keep ourselves calm. It's okay, we said yes, it's okay. It's not that every time we don't panic. It's okay to panic, but
Hmm.
the next thing you have to remember yourself that we also panic even today.
Exactly.
This situation I'm going now, what we should do? What people say is don't panic, it won't happen. It's a human tendency. If there is something, people will panic. But the second most important thing you have to remember is like, no, let's keep us calm, let's hold our nerves, and let's get out of that panicking situation, and then we will work on it. If I say don't panic, it doesn't happen like that. Even you and me will panic if there is anything which is not in our control. But like I said, it's okay, let's hold our nerves, and then we come out of that mindset of getting panicked, and then we will work on it. So this is how we try to manage whatever things, whatever challenges we face in our industry.
Great. So, can you now tell us about how has the market grown in the last few years, and how we can expect it to grow or not grow because of this COVID situation in the next few years?
Definitely, when we started, the market was totally different. The investments which were coming in this industry were different. But within this 10 years, the market has grown with a huge number. In terms of many of the Hollywood films are being made in India. When we started work, it was just the post production work, which we used to call, roto kind of work, cleanup kind of work. You know, that
Yes, yes,
stuff only
exactly.
we used to work on, even if we call that we are working on Hollywood films. But today, no. Today we are the part of creative process that they are doing. So that is a big change. just following the steps is something, yes, that's the first thing that you do when you are a young person, but then you have to create your own stuff. So now the industry has changed. Even in India, people are investing in this industry a lot because entertainment industry has changed with films like Bahubali and all the stuff. So now this industry has a good amount of money involved in this, a good amount of respect involved in this. Because when we started as an animator or a VFX people, my family didn't know what that exactly means. So the only thing they used to tell our relatives कि वो cartoon बनाते हैं. So they could only relate to cartoons. But now when we talk to people in different institutes, they know what I'm talking about. They know the terminologies that are being used. They know how technology is changing. So definitely this industry last 10 years, it has been in India like almost 25 years, 25, 30 years. But last 10 years has grown, there is a quantum growth in this industry.
Great, great. So I think what you said is very correct because previously people used to think that animation is all meant for kids, but now it
Yeah,
has changed quite in a big way. Also, that a lot of
yeah,
production work, as in creating new IPs, that has been
yeah,
coming up in a good way in the last few years. Um,
sure.
how do you expect this market to change in the times of Corona?
Uh, the market has got a bit stuck back in terms of not the uh, work that we used to do in office, but definitely the shootings are being shut down. So definitely there is some amount of work which has slowed down because there is no shoots going on due to this situation. So whatever was done is been currently going on. But yes, this situation has given an opportunity to the 3D and the animation VFX industry to think, because if you see animation and VFX industry was not so much of that work from home thing. It is always about coming to office and working for 10 to 12 hours. It was never that you can work from home, or all the situations were never before done in
And
this
also, you
VFX
need much
industry.
higher
Whatever
tech.
situation is there, rains are there.
Also, you
Yeah,
need much higher tech machines at home if you really have.
yeah. So if you see now what the studios are doing, even the bigger studios, they are creating a policies from which the employees can work from home. So they are shifting their good machines to their home. They are properly telling the people, they are guiding them how you have to use them and how you can work from home. So definitely COVID has forced this industry to think out of the box and to
Mhm.
think the different ways that they can work. They can also have a work from home facility.
Yes. Moving ahead, um, could you please tell us what goes behind making good entrepreneurial decisions? Because many times we are faced with situations,
Mhm.
it is just difficult to make a choice. So,
Yeah.
success in that scene.
See, even I had faced a lot of situation in earlier in my life. Even today, I face that to have to make a decision. But once, I don't know if it has been said by Ratan Tata, but somewhere I have read that, and it was his name written below that lines. Uh, that you got some reporter asked him that how do you take correct decisions every time. So he said, it's not that I take correct decisions every time. He said that I take a decision and I make that decision correct. So that is the most important thing that we have to remember. You cannot judge the situations that is coming tomorrow. You have to believe in yourself that whatever it is, I'll stand, I'll work hard for it, and I'll make sure that these things turn around. And
Exactly.
when you have that belief, you give that belief to your team. If I have a doubt, because many of the projects which we pulled out, it was like very, very difficult in tight deadlines. Somewhere we also felt that key, is it that we will be able to pull it off? But then we sat and said, no, if we are in doubt, then our team will be in doubt. So let's first have clarity within us. yes, we will do it. How is just that we have to plan. And if you have that clarity, then your team believes in it. Then and that you have to take the responsibility of your team. You go out and play. If there is anything wrong, we'll take the responsibility. And the magic happens. Things turn around. Sometimes even we didn't feel ki, this this can be happen, but it turn around in our favor. So the clarity is very important. And foremost thing is that you have to take a decision. You can't keep the decision pending. What should I do? How should I do? When will I do? You ask these questions to yourself and take a decision, and try to make it correct. You won't be able to take correct decisions always, but you have to take a decision first.
So at that
Hello.
decision has to come in good time. We cannot like wait too long for making a decision.
No, if you wait too long for it, yes, you have to give a thought, but you just keep on giving thought and you wait for a long, then the opportunity is gone. Then you are
Exactly.
nowhere.
Mm.
See, when you are in ground, you can play however you want. But when you are out of the ground, it's you cannot do anything. So within the time span, you have to take a decision, and you
Exactly.
got to believe in yourself that yes, we can turn around the things. So first take the decision, and second believe in yourself. Things turn around for you.
Great. So now we would like to hear from you. You must have seen a lot of new students who join you. So there is a so when we are students, there is a different
Mhm.
mindset altogether, and when we start working in the industry, things change. So what
Yeah.
that gap? What would you advise students who want to join your field?
See, there are two different things. First is there is an academic process that we have to learn, in which we understand the software. We come to know about what the software is, a little bit information about the industry. Second, but when you are studying those things, you have to update yourself with what technology is going in the industry. Because many a times what happens, and which also happened with us, is that when we were learning something in the classes, and it's like a 2 year of the study that we do in our classes, suddenly some point the software gets changed, or a particular company in which we are going in, like Rhythm and Hughes. Rhythm and
Mm-hmm.
Hughes had their own proprietary softwares. They never
Mm.
use After Effects or anything like that. They had their own softwares.
Mm.
So you have to keep yourself update with the process and how the production pipeline flows. In academics, what you are learning is you are learning the technique, the software, all those things you are learning. But when you keep yourself update with the industry also, then you understand ki how the work is being done. you know because like in many institutes, After Effects and all those things are still going on, Nuke is going on. But do people know about Silhouette, which is hugely used in market? So if you know Nuke properly, if you have learned Nuke in your classes properly, and if you are updated with the industry, you will come to know about Silhouette. And parallelly, you will also try to learn Silhouette. And Silhouette is a very simple software. If you know Nuke, for you Silhouette is nothing.
Exactly.
So this is how you have to keep a track of what you are learning and what is going in the industry.
Great. And now, coming towards the end, we would like to ask you what goes behind making an effective showreel. So, you must have seen loads of showreels in your life. So, what are
Yeah.
a few common mistakes that students generally make, or in other words, how do you like to choose people when you see a showreel?
If the person has given a thought to a showreel, because now even you must have seen, when we talk about showreel, people will do ball animation, cycle animation, and everything, which is a standard thing. But is there someone who thought ki how I can do all those things differently? So you have to be different. What you have learned, have you put it in a practical application? Now you know a character animation properly. You can design a character in 3D, you can rig it, you can animate it. But I don't want someone to do that only. Have you wrote a short script, and you have, like, made your own film? that is not something we look for, because this is a creative process, and you have to think. You can't just be, what we say in Hindi, कि कारकुनी नहीं करनी, हमको हमको आर्टिस्ट चाहिए.
Exactly.
वो लोग नहीं चाहिए जो बताएंगे वही करेंगे. नहीं, हमको वो चाहिए जो खुद सोचेंगे कि इसमें क्या बेहतर हो सकता है. And because I see like every week I have to see like almost 15-20 stories that I see minimum. In that, I find only one or the other guy who has done it differently. So you know character animation, you know how to build a character. Why not put it in a short film? And just instead of making him walk, can we put him in a short film? Even if it's of
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds, that okay for me. I'm not saying make it like a 10-minute short film. 30
Mm-hmm.
seconds. But this gives you a different angle. Whenever a person who is recruiting, he sees something different, he remembers that person. So you have to be different to get it noticed. If you are same, no one will notice you.
Exactly. So, how important is it for students who want to pursue a career in VFX or say post production? How important
Hmm.
for them to understand, pre-production things? For example, storyboarding,
Yeah.
or how do you tell a story? So we
Hmm.
could have a good story or we could have an average story, but the way we
Yeah.
actually do storytelling, that makes all the
Yeah.
difference. So do you think
Yeah.
that if somebody wants to just become a post production artist, he should also
Yeah.
learn about, or be creative in the post pre-production field?
Definitely he has to learn it. See, we are into creative business. Like I said, I used a Hindi word कि हम कारकुन नहीं है. हमें जो बोला गया है सिर्फ वैसे नहीं करना है. We are artists and we have to feel it like an artist, and we have to respect ourselves as an artist. And when you are artist, you look into everything. Ki even if I am doing compositing, but how the storyboard has been made, I have to. I'm not be the good sketcher, but I can understand if is this is a good story flow or not. If the character has rigged properly or not. I may not able to rig a character, but I should have that eyesight कि ये proper चल रहा है कि नहीं. If it's his all the rigs are proper or not. So you have to have an eyesight of everything. You master one area, but you have an eyesight for everything. You can't like you can be like the horse who has flaps around his eyes and he's just into walking on his own track. This will saturate you at a point, and this saturation will come within 1 or 2 years.
Hmm.
Let me be very frank, you know, because if you are not creative in your thoughts, in creative field, saturation comes very fast. You won't be able to think out of the box. You will get frustrated. You won't be able to see the world the way it is or from your different perspectives, and then it frustrates you and then it makes you saturate. So you got to have an eye of different uh, departments in your company, but you have to master your own skill also. So this is how you have to plan yourself. You cannot just think ki, okay, I am a compositor, I should know only this. No, you can survive like this, but then you're not an artist. You're just an employee who is working for something, but that definitely is not an artist.
Exactly. It would be a very stagnant career. So
It's a stagnant career like most of the other people have. Then we
hmm,
could have done those jobs, right? We
exactly.
are artistic people. We have to see the world from the artistic view. We cannot have the view like you and I go to picture, and if my friend has the same view and I have the same view, then what I have done being an artist? It's
Hmm.
just like a layman. I have gone and see the movie.
Hmm.
His point should be like a layman. I understand because he's not a creative person from the industry. But my point should be different. If I go to see an Avenger movie, I have to think ki how technology they have used, which technology they have used. We should go and search for their making, how they are using this new technology of animation, which is called motion capturing. How effective is that? How it will will that hamper the classical animation technology or not? So you got to think of all this.
So basically, film appreciation. You're talking about appreciating films.
Appreciating films, but as an artist.
Exactly.
My friend who is not in this industry, he goes and says कि यार Avengers बहुत अच्छी movie है. And if I go and say कि Avengers अच्छी movie है, he has something that कि नहीं यार how अच्छा अच्छा बना है उसने. What technology they have used, how they have made all these characters. I should know this. I should see from that perspective also.
Great. Great. Really like that perspective, that insight which you shared, that students should learn to appreciate themselves as artists and try
Yeah.
to grow and develop themselves. So that was very
Yeah,
interesting.
because this is something that I have seen. Most of our industry doesn't have a merit, correct? So
Hmm.
people turning to our industry, they have a feeling. It is sad, but let's be very candid because they are the future. They come to this industry कि यार engineering नहीं हुआ या ये नहीं हुआ तो animation कर लेते. No, it is as difficult as engineering. You can't say कि ये नहीं हुआ इसलिए we are coming into this creative field. No, it is not like that. You got to be creative in every sense to be in this industry, or else, like I said, 1 or 2 years and you will just drain out of it. You will get saturated.
All right. So, thank you, Prashant, so much for joining us. And I think this conversation was really useful. All our students would definitely benefit from this. Thank you so much once again for sharing your time.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for calling me.